Magdala was an ancient city on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee, located about 5 kilometers north of Tiberias. It was an important commercial and fishing center in the time of Jesus. The name Magdala means tower or elevated in Aramaic, which explains why Mary is called Magdalene from Magdala. Mary Magdalene, beyond the myth. Hello, I am Zalt. Sometimes, to truly understand, it is necessary to pause for a moment, set aside what we think we know, and look with the heart. Today, I want to accompany you to introduce you to a special woman, Mary Magdalene, a woman of whom much was said, but who was rarely truly heard. For centuries, her name was burdened with assumptions, interpretations, stories that do not come from the Gospels, but from fear, judgment, and the human need to categorize. But Mary Magdalene is not a rumor. She is not an exaggeration. She is not a character created to make people uncomfortable. Mary Magdalene was a real woman. The Gospels do not describe her with unnecessary details. They do not speak of her physical appearance. They do not recount her past with morbid curiosity. And that is not an oversight. It is a choice. We know that Jesus liberated her and chose her, but we are not told from what. And that silence is profoundly human. Is not in what it was, but in what it became. Mary Magdalene is not defined by her wound, but by her transformation. Not by what bound her, but by what she chose afterward. And what she chose was to remain. Mary appears again and again in the most difficult moments, not when everything is a celebration, not when miracles draw crowds, but when the path grows dark. She is present when others doubt. She remains when fear rises. She accompanies when moving forward no longer promises anything. Mary Magdalene is at the foot of the cross. That detail is not minor, because being there brought no prestige, no security, no reward, only pain. And yet, she stays. She does not raise her voice, she does not argue, she does not try to understand everything. She simply loves and remains. When everything seems over, when hope seems buried, Mary Magdalene returns. She goes back to the tomb. She is not seeking clear answers. She does not go expecting miracles. She goes because love drives her, even when there is nothing left. That gesture, so simple, is profoundly revolutionary, because love that does not run away is stronger than fear. And it is there, in that silent moment, that Mary becomes a witness to the impossible. She was not chosen for being perfect. She was chosen because she was present. She was the first to see, the first to hear, the first to announce, and that breaks many norms. Because for centuries there was an attempt to minimize her place, to reduce her, to confuse her with versions that do not belong to her. But the texts are clear. Mary Magdalene was a witness. She was presence. She was fidelity. And her story leaves us a profound lesson, that no one should be defined by their past, that wounds do not cancel dignity, that true love needs neither titles nor applause. Mary Magdalene was not a secondary figure. She was a brave woman. She was a faithful woman. She was a woman who did not leave when staying hurt. And perhaps that is why her figure is uncomfortable, because she does not shout. Because it cannot be explained. Because it cannot be confined to a single version. Mary Magdalene was not perfect. She was human. And sometimes that is the most extraordinary thing someone can be.